when we go to look at a floor system, we look at the maximum span. We have to look at the load that it's going to carry, if there's 1 or 2 floors above it, and then we come back and we decide how we can achieve that and get our utilities done in the most cost-effective way without overburdening, a floor. We're in a custom home here today in Eastridge, and in this house we chose to use trusses for 2 main reasons. The main reason is we have a really long span. Back on that end of the house we have a 30-foot span. You just can't span that far. It won't hold a load. We have live loads and dead load weights to consider. This house has a whole bunch of fancy tile work going in it, so we engineered the trusses to what we call a L/480. So it's a deflection rating. So we can actually calculate with a truss how much with a substantial load, how much it'll deflect, and that keeps us from having to use special membranes or keeps our tile from cracking. The other big thing, as you can see from here, is you can't run ductwork through an engineered floor or even a solid sawn floor very well at all. So in this particular case, if we wanted to ductwork this house, we'd had to jack the whole thing up probably another 1.5 feet, 18 inches, and then build all the ceilings to run all of our ductwork in. So we just chose to do it this way. We've got 2 mechanical heating systems in this house, 1 hot water and then 1 forced air. So we needed all the ductwork for that. We would have had to add to the height of the house on 3 floors. So this house would have been probably close to 6 feet taller for us to bring the ceilings down and run all of our ductwork and all of our utilities through it. Because we have such huge wide open spans here, we couldn't get them through the walls. We couldn't achieve this architect's dream the way he wants this to look and the homeowners want this to look without using all of this space for all of our utilities. Okay, so we're back at our Park Point house. This house, we chose to use a completely different floor system. This one is an engineered product called i-joists, where it uses a solid sawn top and bottom cord, then a glued in piece of OSB stranded in the short direction for to load the span. So the reason we chose to use it here is these spans are considerably shorter. So we have a midpoint bearing in the middle here, so the span is less than 15 feet. And then the other main reason is we don't have forced air heat here. We just have a little bit of heat recovery ventilation to do, so we don't have a lot of ductwork to do, and everything else is done with hot water, radiant, which we could easily get through these floors without destroying our joist system. So it makes it much more economical a way to do this, and it's much faster than trusses. But we engineered it so we have the same result. We still have the same stiffness in the floor upstairs. We don't have any great deflections or anything like that, but yet because the spans are shorter and we have a midpoint bearing on the interior wall, it's just a simpler way to do it. So as a review, when we go to look at a floor system and what we decide to use, we look at the maximum span it's got to carry. We have to look at the load that it's going to carry, if there's 1 or 2 floors above it, or if there's huge dead loads, we call them, like say we're going to put a hot tub somewhere, all those. So we calculate all of those loads, and then we come back and we decide how we can achieve that and get our utilities done in the most cost-effective way without overburdening, a floor.